Hey, good morning, class. I wanted to go over the expectations for researching transatlantic slave trade ship voyages project that you're working on this week. In this exercise, we're going to study the transatlantic slave trade, and we're going to be looking at specific ship voyages so that we can have a really good understanding of the terrible conditions that slaves experienced as they left Africa and made their way from the old world into the new world. Now, I want to encourage you to really pay attention to this video because some of the instructions on the written assignment have changed due to a recent update of the slave trade database. And so we really need to watch the video, which is going to give you information on how to complete the assignment. The first thing that you're going to do today is you're going to go to slavevoyages.org. And when you get there, it's going to take you to this page. And I want you to take a moment before you start the project and look at the slave ship in 3D video. And as you do this, it gives you a really good understanding of the ship, of its size, and how the slaves were positioned as they made this difficult journey across the Atlantic Ocean, the Middle Passage, if you will. So take a moment and look at that video. And then we're going to be looking at the Transatlantic slave database. So you're going to click on this, and when you do, there's database, estimates, essays, downloads. Well, for our first part here, what we want to do is we want to look at examine estimates of the slave trade. So when I click on examine estimates of the slave trade, I get this very large table full of information going from 1501 all the way to 1875. So you can see we're talking over 300 years of slave trade. There is right here, there's a timeline that you can use also. Excuse me. And then we have maps. So for, excuse me, our review here as we're looking at this, when we are looking at the exercises, for instance, it says, understanding the scope of the transatlantic slave trade. Question number 1. According to the estimates on this table, how many enslaved people were brought from Africa to North America from 1500s to 1800s? So our first question as we go down here, how many enslaved people were brought from Africa to North America? So, and then there's a second part, were brought to the United States. Understand that there's a section for North America and there's a section for the United States. So it's important that you know your geography. So you can do a couple of things. The first thing is it's saying from the 1500s to the 1800s. That's the data that we want, so that information is fine. Now, as far as the countries that we're interested in, we're looking at North America. So we need to think about, what countries were involved in North America during this particular time. USA. It's not Uruguay, Brazil, those are South America. So we can get rid of all of these right here if we want and just simply focus on USA. So for question number 1, our answer is going to be pretty much the same in both of those sections. So I click apply, and notice what happens here. According to the estimates, how many enslaved people were brought from the 1500s to the 1800s? There's our number right there. So that would be answer number 1. There's your answer on how to do it. Now I can hit reset, and what reset does is brings me back to my full page. So you can keep looking and talk about all of those questions. I'm not going to do all of them for you because I want you to kind of figure out how to do them. So kind of look at that aspect for understanding the estimates. Then we're going to research specific slave ship voyages. So what you'll need to do is come back up here to Transatlantic. We'll go to the database. And when we go to the database, you're going to see all this information that is on board here. First of all, there's voyage ID. This is what researchers have documented. They've labeled these as number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, as they particularly work. The vessel name, this was the name of the ship. This is where the voyage began. Notice you would have voyages that began in Africa, but sometimes they would begin in South America, or maybe they would be in Central America, or depends. Now, Baha'i, that of course, that is a section on the west coast of Africa, the principal place of purchase. So the voyage can begin anywhere, but this is where did they receive the slaves in Africa. The principal place of slave trading, this is where it took place, the actual slaves. The year that it arrived to the destination, to the location, and how many slaves arrived at the very first port of entry, the first place that they went. And here is the captain's name. So we can see that particular information that is going on. So I want to give you an illustration of how to do this. That's the results. If I click on summary statistics here, it gives me the total of all voyages, right? So, and then there's tables and timelines. So I want to go back and I want to do a search. So up here, I can click on year range. I can put a specific year in there. So let's just say that I wanted to look at the slave voyages from 1517 to 1517. And if I hit apply, what it's going to do is show me, okay, don't have any results for that particular year range between 1517 and 1517. Let me just try 1517 to 1525 and see if any show up. Most of these are going to be in the 1800s that we're going to look, or in the 17 to 1800s that we're going to look at, but we'll see it's processing. There we go. So we have two from 1517 to 1525. This one doesn't have a vessel name on it, but this one does. And it's a voyage ID 46473. The vessel name was the S. Maria de Bojona. It began in Lisbon, Portugal, and went to Sao Tome and Hispaniola is where the slaves landed. But we don't have any information. What you can do now is you can click on this particular link and it gives you all the information that you need. So here's the important part. Here's the captain, Pero Monteiro. He was the captain of the ship. Notice slaves, total embarked. That means how many slaves were on board when that ship left. It says that there were 359. Well, there is some disparity. We don't really kind of know what's going on with the disparity, but what we do know is disembarked 287. So when we look at 359 to 287, what that is showing us is that they started with 359 and then they disembarked 287. People died on the road as they were leaving, or on the voyage as they were traveling. So that's important for us to be able to know. Now, I want to just go ahead and you can see, I'm going to give you the example for the one that you have to do so that you understand how to do this. Not going to give you the answers per se, but I'm going to show you how to do it. So there's exercise 1, talking about 1781, Captain Luke Collingwood, the ship Zong, and we're looking at some interesting information for that. So what we can easily do is we can go and know that this was 1781, and we can just leave it at that. And then I can come up here to the ship, to the vessel name, which was the Zong, the owner, or we don't want to do the owner, sorry, for that. So I typed in the Zong, and I'm just going to hit apply and see what happens here. Hopefully something will come up as we do this. Okay, so voyage 84106, there's the Zong. Liverpool, Gold Coast, Black River, 1781, and it says Luke Collingwood. If I look at my information for exercise 1, Captain Luke Collingwood, the ship Zong, 1781. So now I understand. I can look at this. I can click on it, and as I click on it, here's some interesting things to note. The Gold Coast in Africa is where they purchased the slaves. This ship came out of England. They also purchased some at another place also, and they will land on the Black River. And let's just go and review a couple of things. Notice the length, 298 days. from the time that the ship started in England and made its way to Africa and then made its way to the New World. Now, the time that the slaves were on board, that middle passage, that's 113 days. They arrive uh, in the Black River in 1781. Here's Luke Collingwood. There was also another captain who was on board. They had 20 members of the crew. Notice 2 crew members died during this voyage. But here's where we go. Here's the interesting information. Here's the total number of slaves on board at the beginning. Here's the total number of slaves when they finally arrived. Mortality rate basically means what's the percentage of people that died on that voyage. And of course, there's the number. So what we start to see is just how devastating this particular voyage was. And if you are interested in studying more about this, there's really good information. I've done some papers on the Zong just about the terrible nature that took place on this voyage and some of the events that happened. You can go and look. But that's how you do the research. There's one final thing that I need to share with you before we go. And that is exploring the African names database. So we go in and we start looking at the database. We've got estimates and all of that information. But I also want you to see this right here. It says African names. So you'll go to African names and you will click on that link. There it goes. And as you click on that link, and by the way, just so that you can see, I am right here exploring the African names database. So for this exercise, I've already typed in the ship name, Fabiana, kind of giving you the voyage ID so you don't have to do a lot of research on it. But this tells you that the group of slaves that were on board that ship. So what's fascinating about this research and history is I can tell you the actual people that were on this vessel in the 1800s, the actual slaves. And I can tell you, their height. Of course, this is in inches. So you can find their age, their origin, where they came from, and just continue to just research all of this information. And so if I wanted to do even more work on this, I could go back to the database, type in this voyage ID, and it would give me even more information as it related to the trip. Place of origin, you can do some more, place of embarkation, and all that other information to answer the question. So this is just a great resource, and it's full of individuals and letters and diaries and things that you can look at. For instance, remember that voyage is 2315. If I came back to the database and I was interested in studying more about that, then I could go in the voyage ID. I think it was 2315. I hope I remembered that right. I can click on it. And it would take you to that particular vessel. And I might have got it. I might have typed the wrong one in there. So you can find that information. Hopefully it helps you understand how to do the research. I've gone through it exactly like you need to do. If you've got any questions, give me a email or let me know. But take your time with this. It is extensive, but I think you'll really enjoy finding out the information about what primary sources can teach us and share with us.